That's it. He's gonna stop him. That's it.
What's going on, people? Shimon the YB back once again. Now, obviously I can't play more of the footage because it's copyright BS, but essentially it all kicked off after I didn't even watch the fight live. I didn't even watch the full fight, full stop. But Floyd Mayweather was fighting John Gotti III, a fake gangster, a knockoff, one of them lineal fake gangster dudes. And it all devolved. Now, Floyd's events, a key reason I don't watch it is they're corny. This referee corny. Yeah? When I've watched how the fight gets stopped, essentially, they're talking. Yeah, the referee, John Gotti III is talking to Floyd, or Floyd's talking. It's a fight. You know? These referees, and it's not a real, that's the problem you see, it's not real boxing, but even if it was real boxing, the same kind of BS goes on. Real boxing, not real boxing, don't matter. These referees, and I have to say this Kenny Bayless guy, I believe it is, he be doing all of Floyd's events. This was a fix. I mean, Floyd was winning the fight, but still, I don't know whether he was told to jump in and just stop it randomly, or whatever else. I don't know if this is all scripted, who knows? Let's not forget, fake Paul came out and said, oh, me and Floyd set it all up. So you just don't know, do you? I mean, the turnout here, because I believe it's in New York, that's where New York has a strong fan base in general. It's a very densely populated area, so it's easy to sell crowds in New York, especially if you've got a home team with a big name like John Gotti-ish, if that makes sense. So, where am I going with this? It looks like they're setting up for some sort of rematch scam. Do you know what I mean? One of them ones. That's what I think coming, a big rematch scam. Because there was so much stuff going on. A whole bunch of squabbles were carried on in the crowd. It was quite messy, to be honest. I ain't going to lie to you. But let's get to John Gotti's reaction. So Gotti, when the referee called it off, Gotti looked frustrated all night, to be honest with you. And I have to give it to Floyd. I'm not sure how many pounds heavier Gotti was, but he was huge in there. He must have 20 pounds on Floyd. And have 10 years in age. So he's got 10 years in age advantage and 20 pounds. And Floyd was literally bullying him at times. He was on Gotti, this big lanky buff gangster dude, was on the ropes, just covered up, getting touched all over. Do you understand? So my point is, I agree the fight should not have been stopped. However, it was stopped in round 6 or 7. And Gotti didn't show any of that fire until it was stopped. It reminded me of AJ, but fair play to Gotti for actually trying to get at it, kind of thing. AJ was fronting. When AJ kicked off against Martin or whatever, Franklin, whatever his name was, Franklin, he weren't trying to get with it. You can see here, Gotti, he was trying to get at it, but it's too little too late for me. For example, if Gotti was winning the fight, if Gotti was even in the fight, I'd say, I get that. I get why he's doing what he's doing, because he's in the fight, he's got a chance to win, and the referee has taken it from him. But he was going out sad for 7 rounds, and then when it's over, he want to start trying to fight and come forward. Like, what's that about? Weird. Yeah, you should have started with that in round 1 or 2. Do you know what I'm saying? Lead with that. Lead, AJ, Gotti, lead with the aggression, especially when you're in there with a small old man. Don't be waiting for the ref to stop it and then, let's kick off now. But the whole week it's been, the whole event was kind of toxic to be honest. Hate to say this, but it seems to bring out, or this event seems to have brought out the worst of people. Yeah, hood rats essentially. Have to say this, a bunch of hood ruffian. Bottom line, and that's on both sides as well. Yeah, because there has been some undertones here, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But the ruffians are on both sides. Yeah, you got the trailer trash has come out, and the hood, you know what I mean? It's a bad mix, bottom line. Yeah? That's what we observed. Everyone was getting messy with it. And let's get to John Gotti's brother or sister or one of them ones has called out Team Floyd and said the following. I ain't gonna lie, she kind of fires still, but nonetheless, John Gotti Jr.'s daughter and John Gotti third sister Nicolette defy 100%, with very choice words for Floyd Mayweather and his family following the fight and subsequent brawl. At Floyd Mayweather, your daughter was ran through by an animal with 12 different baby mums. Your little circus animal. What? Your little circus animal. You're all a pack of zoo animals. I swear on my kids, I'm coming for your daughter. It may be 2-3 years from now, but I'm coming. So, I mean, again, I don't like the undertones of this one, truth be known. Yeah? I just don't like it. Number one, really, if you're going to do something, do it. Don't woof on social media. That's how your granddad got caught. Let's be real here. Your pops, your granddad, I tweeted this as well. Your granddad got caught up because he talked too much. I'm going to cut his head off. Yeah, you got caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't like about these gangsters, man. And even, I respect John Gotti for keeping his mouth shut, unlike Sammy, yeah. But what I don't respect about John and that whole set, the whole Italian mafia set, yeah, what I don't rate about them is they bully the public in that sense. Yeah, they bully the public. But then, when the feds turn up, they go jail. That don't make no sense to me. Yeah, don't tell me you've got all these bodies on your record, but the police turn up and you get dragged to court. You know what I'm saying? John Gotti weren't trying to use the political process or the legal process in his own business. It was all about, I'm going to cut this and cut that. So let's not go to court. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Certain things, if you're a gangster, you're a gangster. Yeah, unless you're going to do it. That's why, really, ultimately, I respect Pablo the most. Pablo Escobar. Why? Because, yeah, he went to jail, but he never got put in jail. He built his own jail. That's different. Yeah? Having so much clout that you can get the government to do your bidding. That's a big boss move. He wasn't going into no court. In fact, I'm not even sure Pablo went to court. I think he just made his own jail and just checked in there. I don't think that was a court case. Do you understand? And then, when he couldn't do that, he went out like a true bandit. Yeah? He went out like an old school 1400s bank robber. Yeah? Dead or alive, he went out dead 100%. They weren't taking him alive. That's what he said. He could have, listen, Pablo could have been taken alive. Yeah? He chose to go out how he living. But these corny Italian fake mafia dudes, not one of them. Name me one fake Italian gangster, yeah, who be causing all problems and I'm not, listen, Italian gangster ain't the only problem, but every gangster is the problem. Every gangster, yeah, or fake gangster, who do a bunch of madness in the community, and then because really, any organised, whoever you want, the Crips, the Bloods, the Italian Mafia, they're all the same, yeah? They all do things in the community, but when Uncle Sam turn up, yeah, they get dragged to court. How can a gangster be dragged to court? Yeah? You don't see, what's his name? All them old school bank robbing dudes. Bonnie and Clyde, all them other ones. They went out in a hail of bullets, man. That's how you spot. And again, I'm not a gangster. I'll get dragged to jail. I'll get dragged to jail. But these do. I'm not causing no problems in the community. I'm not shaking down local businesses. Oh, do you want protection? No, I don't. Well, you're going to need protection. Start paying me 10% of your revenue. That's the kind of stuff these guys were doing. Not all the time. Well, essentially, that's what it was. It was pressure. We'll break your legs if you don't do this. But then when the police turn up, who were, in reality, all of these groups here are, or the equivalent, or they're organised factions. A man running a butcher's who gets shaken down, he ain't got no clout. So my point is, the Italian Mafia should have taken on the federal authorities. Yeah? You're an organised... Essentially, people say it already. People say that the police is a gang. I agree. That's the point I'm making. Yeah? The Italian Mafia is a gang. The police are a gang. Gangs are supposed to fight gangs. Don't be picking on individuals. But guess again, when Uncle Sam turn up, all of these cornballs, the Crips, the Bloods, whoever you want, all of them, Italian, to be fair, the Mexicans, but then again, I'm trying to think, the Mexicans get down in Mexico, yeah, but El Chapo, he went out sad, gotta say that, he went out sad, truth be known, you know, I'm gonna be real here, he went out sad, yeah, he went out like John Gotti, on his knees, essentially, in ADX Florence. Uncle Sam, in my opinion, if you're a bandit, yeah, and let's not forget, what gets me about El Chapo is that if you watch the video of the last raid of El Chapo, he had sicarios in the building, they all dead. Yeah, so a great leader goes down with a ship, I believe. If your sicarios are in there shooting it out, don't get taken alive. You know what I'm saying? Don't get taken alive. It's a bit like Spartacus. Spartacus was based on a true story. Spartacus, man, well, allegedly, but let's assume Spartacus is real. Yeah, Spartacus in the final battle, he didn't get taken to Rome. Oh, wait there a minute. No, his body was never found. Assumed to be dead, 100%. Well, he didn't. There wasn't no other uprising. That's how he's supposed to go. A great leader dies with his troops on the battlefield. A cornball go to jail. Simple as that. Otherwise, what? Oh, we're Italian mafiosi. No, you're waiting to get got by the. What are you part of? Yeah, are you part of something that you're willing to die for, or are you gonna get dragged to jail like everyone else? Yeah. You can't be, I'm sorry, I don't believe you can't be a true bandit sitting in jail. There's just no way. Yeah? No way. All of the great ones, all of the great leaders went out with a ship. Yeah? You can't, it's impossible. You can't have another man take your freedom and be a bandit. You're just a cuck like the rest of us. Do you understand? Anyway, I've digressed here, but the fact of the matter is, people, she just talking. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. She ain't going to do nothing. And all of this animal talk. And it was messy, but to be with all due respect, it was John, yeah, the referee corny, but it was John, your brother, who actually started the ruckus, isn't it? Why not talk about him and him being an animal? You know what I'm saying? He was the animal who didn't oblige the rules. And it's one of them ones. I swear, my kids, I'm coming for your daughter. Like, wow. It may be 2 or 3 years. You ain't going to do anything. She ain't going to. That's the problem with these. I don't like, what's that word? It's not inheritance, but I don't like lineal things like this. Oh, my dad was hard. Oh, my granddad was hard. Let's be real here, people, yeah. What's his name? John Gotti Jr. went hard, man. Neither. Again, none of them are hard, truth be known. None of the, I don't, maybe there's some of the old time ones, but even the old time ones, they all went to jail or flipped. Yeah, you're not a bandit, you're just not. There's nothing gangster about going to jail. There's just not. Yeah? If you bully people in the community, you best start bullying the police as well. That's how I feel. Otherwise, sit down somewhere and be a civilian like the rest of us. Do you understand? If you can go into someone's shop and tell them, I want 10% for protection. When the police come up and tell you, I'm taking your freedom for the next 30 years, you best have something to say about that. Not, oh, I'm the Teflon Don. No. Yeah, you got dragged off and you died in jail, rotting in jail. Like, that's no way to go out. Yeah. John Gotti dying, literally, he rotted in jail, yeah. What's mafia about that? What's mafia about rotting in jail? Yeah, what's mafia about having the government take your freedom? Yeah, nothing. There's nothing gangster about that. That makes you just like anyone else. Anyone can get dragged to jail. Who can't do that? Yeah, the real men are the ones that say, "Listen, I'm a bandit, and I'll die a bandit." But it just shows, because even in the 1900s, I mean, I don't even think they had many jails back in like the, I don't know, the 1700s or whenever it was. I don't even think jails existed. Yeah, bandits were just shot. Simple as that. That's the life they chose. They understood, if I'm robbing these banks, the penalty of that is to get shot. I don't know why to be honest, I don't know, I guess it's to do with the money behind it. That's why the system's changed. The prison system's a big money maker. It all just gets pumped back to private industry. So it's a scam to take tax revenue and pass it off to the private sector. Bottom line. But anyway, regardless of that, it just shows how men have devolved. Yeah, bandits back then knew my head's gonna end up on a poster. Yeah, and you accepted that. That's your role. I'm a bandit. I'll be taken 100%. Yeah, wanted, dead or alive. They don't say that anymore. The feds, it's all kind of whatever. But your job as a gangster, Ain't to do with... listen, man, there ain't no gangsters in jail, bottom line. There just ain't. I don't believe it. No one a gangster in jail. Who can't go jail? Like I said, anyway. Yeah, let's see what happens, but the whole situation's corny, to be honest. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell, 100%. Know that.